Ho, 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 and welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And we are doing our 12 days of Christmas treats.
That's right, and today we are sharing day 4 Brownie Mallow Bars. Let's start. Okay, so these are the ingredients for Brownie Mallow Bars. Again, this is not a recipe that we created. We got it from a magazine years ago, and a long time ago I had like a stack of magazines this big with recipes in it, and I just sit there and type them all out because I didn't have a copier because this was a long time ago. So I just typed them out on a computer and printed them and added them to one binder so I didn't have to go searching for them. So now I don't know what magazine I got it from. So somewhere out in the world is a Brownie Mallow Bars recipe from a magazine. But anyway, so what you need is a fudge brownie cake mix. And I'm a Betty Crocker person. I know brand loyalty really doesn't mean anything to us most of the time, but for me, cake mixes, you gotta go with Betty. So anyway, so we got that plus the ingredients to make the fudge brownies according to the package instructions. Okay? So then we also have Rice Krispies. There's going to be a cup and a half of Rice Krispies in that. We didn't want to get a box that big, but that day that we got these ingredients, there were 3 on the shelf, and they were all this size. So a cup of peanut butter. Normally I get natural peanut butter, but for this recipe, I wanted that sugar in the peanut butter to be in it because I'm not going for a healthy recipe this time. We also needed a bag of marshmallows and 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips and 1 tablespoon of butter. And we're also going to grease the dish here. We need a 13 by 9 by 2 baking pan. It says baking pan, but I don't seem to have one, so I'm going with this regular dish. Hopefully it'll be okay. All right, and that is all the ingredients. Okay, so we went for, I think it was 22 minutes or 23 minutes. We checked with a toothpick to make sure it was done on the inside. But I like to leave it a little still not quite done because it has to go back in the oven for 3 more minutes with these marshmallows on it. Which that's what he's doing. He's spreading out the marshmallows on top for me. And then we're going to put it back in the oven for 3 more minutes. Done. They're not quite melted. They're not golden brown. You're not really looking for that. You just want them to be kind of melty-ish. Getting toward melted. And so you take it out and you put it on a wire rack to let it cool down completely before you finish that recipe. Okay, so now we're making our mixture that's going to go on top of the marshmallows. First, we have 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And we've got 1 cup of peanut butter. We're going to put it on medium heat. Whoops. I just got peanut butter on the stove because it's me. You get real life here. Right?
Yep.
All the real life. Okay. Like I said earlier, and I'm going to be doing one of the recipes uses natural peanut butter that just has salt in it, no sugar. But this is not a recipe for that. Or you would either have to figure out some other kind of sweetener to mix in there because you got to have some kind of sugar coming from that, I think. So we're just going to go until we have our chocolate chips melted and everything is mixed in real smooth. Sorry, that wasn't medium heat, that was low heat. But anyway, see, all mixed together and smooth. And so now we are going to, oh, look at that. There's a little butter still in there. A little sneak. to take that off. We're going to put 1.5 cups of crisp rice or Rice Krispies.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. We looked at like a Great Value brand of Rice Krispies just because there was a ginormous box of Rice Krispies and there wasn't any small ones, but all of those were like huge, like gigantic bags that were even bigger than the box. So, like, only need 1.5 cups. Okay, you see, that's all that is to that. We're gonna take it over and put it on top of the marshmallows. All right, so now we're over here with the marshmallows. We're gonna take it over here, pour it like this, and this is why you wanna make sure that you've cooled it all down because, you know, that would be really, like, it probably would melt your marshmallows into nothing if your marshmallows hadn't cooled down completely from when it was in the oven. But you don't want your marshmallow layer to just disappear. I promise you don't. Okay, so when finished with this, we're basically going to just spread that over the top to all the edges so you get some of that Rice Krispies on every little bite. So good. And you're gonna put it in the refrigerator and let it refrigerate for 1 to 2 hours. And then after you're done, you get to cut it up into little bitty pieces. And if you do have a baking pan, as I said earlier, I couldn't find any metal ones. All mine are glass like this. The edges are probably straighter, so you probably would have, you know, straighter shaped marshmallow bites than we'll have. Okay, and that's the whole thing. We'll show you the finished product. So you have to really put some muscle into this, just because after it's firmed up, it gets, you know, like
firm,
sticky, and yeah, firm, yeah. So he just started working on cutting it, and one of the reasons why it's hard to cut is just that the marshmallows is basically like immediately sticking back together, like just, you know, the nature of marshmallows. But anyway, so we filled up one of our little tin cans, so with only that amount cut out. So I'm thinking you could get, what you think, 2, 3?
That's 12 pieces there.
12 pieces, and you cut it into, I mean, you can cut it in whatever size you want, but we cut it into these sizes, and there was
1, 2, let's see. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's another 12 right there. There's another 12 here. There'll be another 12, 12, and 12.
So probably could get enough for about 6 gifts, depending on what size container that you get and how much you put in each container. But anyway, that is not bad considering what was spent on it. So, because it's mostly, you know, a brownie mix, which I said cake mix earlier in the video, but it's mainly a brownie mix, some marshmallows, and chocolate, peanut butter, and Rice Krispies.
That's it.
But anyway, so that is all of this recipe.
So thanks for joining us for the 12 days of Christmas treats. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more content from us. Don't forget to comment below and tell us what Christmas treats you're doing, or if you tried one of our recipes, let us know how it went in the comments.
Also tag us on Instagram at The Long Run with Joel and Christy. We'd love to see your creations.
That's right. So for The Long Run with Joel and Christy, I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And don't forget it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.